Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode here at Coleman's Corner. I'm your host, Jared Coleman, and today we're going to talk about why operational chaos is normal inside of MSPs. It's normalized chaos, and we're going to talk about why, what that looks like, and what some mature MSPs do in that very similar situation. Let's jump into it. Many MSP owners believe that operational chaos is just part of the industry, that this is just what they do. They herd the cats, they manage the tickets, and the chaos is normal. This is what we do. Constant interruptions, escalations, firefighting. I need this done today. Messages, text messages, personal phone calls, flooding of tickets, last minute requests. This is important. I need it done today. Over time, many MSPs grow so accustomed to this type of response that the chaos is normal. This is just what it is. I have a surprise for you. Operational chaos is not maturity and is quite obviously not scalable. In the early days, founders, owners, they move quick. They move through things fast. Sometimes that speed can feel like chaos when you're getting things done. But everybody helps out. Your team grows in. They all multitask. People jump in and fit in where they can help, right? And a sense of urgency will solve problems. And it feels fresh. It feels energetic. You feel accomplished. You get all those tickets done. Wow, I got it all done. When early on, necessary. Let's just admit there's no other way for you to run the business without it, without that type of thing. You are the system. You are what people pay for. People hire you. But after a while, that continued heroics becomes culturalized and becomes the permanent operating method, right? This is just how you guys do things. You guys jump in and you knock it out. And hey, John was the hero today. He did XYZ for this customer and we got it done. They needed it done today and we got it, and we still managed to close all our normal amount of tickets. Great job, everybody. So early stage heroics those can make permanent the operational culture there. It's unintentional. Many MSPs unintentionally build it. They don't want to be like this forever. They understand it's temporary, but they get stuck in such a way that they can't lift themselves out. It's built for reaction. The team is built for reaction. Every day they wake up and brace themselves for what the day's going to bring, rather than having some more operational stability. But we kind of know, right? We know it can't scale. In this way, service becomes inconsistent. John, the hero of the day, had to go solve that urgent issue. However, 5 other tickets that he used to resolve in 3 minutes now took 20 minutes for other techs to do. You have an inconsistent service. You have inconsistent resolution times across the same issue. Everybody's rushing. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Mistakes are repeated mistakes. Man, we did that again. I can't believe we did that again. Why did we do it again? Documentation. If you're running around like that, in that chaos, how do you have time you don't prioritize documentation? Your documentation's weak. It's tribal. People just get things done and they never come back to document. Very rarely will you create a root cause to solve that lingering, consistent, reoccurring issue. And I guess they stop thinking long-term. They look at what's in front of them. They solve it for the moment. It's borderline survival. The techs are just trying to survive, trying to get the customers' pressure off of them, pressure relieved, understanding the urgency and just trying to solve everything. Escalations are sometimes escalations because they don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I have 5-6 other tickets in front of me. I need to get this done, and this one's going to take me an hour to do. It'll take John 3 minutes. So the escalations, assignments are incorrect. There's no time for root cause. There's not even time to look at reoccurring issues and trends. How can you optimize the maturity? It just stays immature. You're just looking for, how do I get through the day? And I've been there. I've jumped in the seat and I'm like, I'm not even going to make a plan for today. I know today is going to be crazy. TSM, Tech Support Monday. That's how it goes. Usually around 11 o'clock, everybody gets in and situated. Then they phone rings off the hook, tickets flood in. Sometimes Tuesdays hit just as hard. Yep, and all you're trying to do is stay alive, survive the ticket ambush. And they do get rewarded. Things get completed. Like I said in the beginning of the call, it feels good to get a lot of things done. People are happy, but they don't realize they never had to deal with that issue in the first place. It rewards short-term resolution, but not operational improvement. And that's where we need to strive towards. Leadership. This is a leadership getting pulled into escalations and firefighting. It's one of the toughest things. You're not able to do any type of planning, governing, management, true management. You are just in the thick of it. You can't govern. You can't lead. You're another tech. You just became an L3 tech. Oh, that's not the best use of your time. You've heard that a million times, but you have to do it to keep the business afloat. Then everybody's reacting, rescuing, being the overflow, absorbing the escalation pressure, taking that pressure off the team so they can continue to close tickets and get the reward at the end of the day. Not the reward for the work that could have been done at the end of the month with 20 less tickets on the week. And we all know, better use of your time. Leadership teams that get trapped in the escalation and the reactivity of the operations will lose strategic capacity. They lose their time. Driving the company forward, they're not able to. They're in the business, not on the business. And customers feel it too. If you're constantly in this, they don't know if a ticket's going to be resolved in 5 minutes, 5 hours. They don't know. The inconsistency of their inconsistent experiences definitely cause them to think. If you're going out for dinner, right, and your waiter takes 45 minutes for the food to come at your favorite restaurant, and the next time it's there in 10 minutes, you start, what's going on back there? You're thinking about that, right? It's the same here. We're delivering a service, and the inconsistency makes people wonder, right? And it becomes much more technician dependent. They own their ticket from cradle to grave, all the way through, from open to close. It's them. They're the ones doing it. We may not understand what goes on in the kitchen as they're preparing our food, as the same way our customers don't understand our operational chaos, but everybody feels the effects. Our customers may not understand operational chaos, but they absolutely feel the effects of it. And I get it. I know. It feels great to feel needed, to feel wanted, to feel important, to feel brought in on every escalation. You got to jump in and save the day and be the hero. And we're heroes to our customers. I use that line sometimes on occasion with our customers. My guys would love to play hero and save the day here for you, but we'd prefer to take our time and do things right. It feels productive. Feels good. Like I said at the beginning, you got a whole day. Oh man, I did 10 extra tickets, filled three escalations. I was in it. You didn't get that proposal out, but you felt busy. You felt engaged. You did feel productive. You felt important, wanted, needed, desired. You get those good feelings. How would it feel to table those feelings for a period of time and land a big contract? Get your website redone. Bring on a few more customers. Stabilize your operations. You can do those strategic things. So don't confuse those feelings with traction towards maturity. Don't confuse that movement of closing the day and getting those ticket closing and the customer saying thank you so much with operational maturity. Thanks for jumping in. Man, you always have my back. Wow, we got through another day. Jeez, that day was crazy. Yeah, man. Boss always handles all those ones. Yeah, just get it straight to him. He'll take that for sure. Right? Hero culture. Are you supporting that type of hero culture? Unintentionally. All it is. When you have hero culture, it's a symptom that you're missing structure. Operational heroics is a symptom of missing structure. You need more structure in there. Let's talk about that structure a little bit more. More mature MSPs, things that they do. Escalation paths are one of them. The type of escalation determines the escalation path. The owner is very rarely involved in an escalation, and those escalations are defined. Escalation documentation is provided. How everything is handled is managed really well. The workflows, right? How things flow through the system, from ticket inception to closure to notification to communication to handoff. How can you bring on new techs if you just, oh yeah, whenever they get stuck on an escalation, what do they do? How do they do it? And they don't know the process because it's all in everybody's head. It's all tribal. Those things need to be documented. If you have a tech on a ticket for 45 minutes, what do they do? What should they have done 20 minutes ago? You have to reduce the interruptions for the team. They need scheduled time to work on specific tickets. If you've heard of flow before, and getting in flow doesn't happen when you're constantly interrupted. It happens when you're so engrossed in what you're doing on a specific path that you're moving seamlessly, flawlessly, and technicians cannot get into flow if they're constantly interrupted. They come back to that project, whatever they're working on, and they have to reorient themselves. Where was I? What did I leave off at? Let me log back in, log back out, log back in. And at one point, we hired a dispatcher for a brief period of time purely to reduce interruptions. Create the ticket. If it's absolute emergency, hand it off. Otherwise, create the ticket and schedule it for the next tech. Purely just to stop the interruptions. Reduce ticket backlog by 50% in a month. All it did, reduce interruptions. Reduce interruptions and schedule. It made things predictable. I knew when tickets were going to get done. I know what tickets were going to get done. I could put tickets on for operational improvement on their day, on their schedule. So stability is not an accident. Operational maturity is not an accident. It is designed. And we're all in this same business. We're all doing the same type of service. We use pretty much the same tools. Slight variety, different GUI. When you have that time, when you can prevent interruptions and you can schedule operational work, SOP creation, documentation, root cause, trend analysis, you can see how many ticket subtypes that you have of the same, and that quantity, whatever the highest quantity is, dive into that. We dive into that. You look at it. You are designing. You are being purposeful. How do I drive ticket volume down? So we have chaos. The chaos, unintended chaos. I think some MSP owners never operated within an enterprise level service desk where the workflows are all structurally defined. Everybody knows how to work. A lot of these MSP owners start from, they're just good with IT and they know how to assign things. And service desk management hasn't been a critical component or experience component of their careers. So then they begin to think that what they've built is just normal. To operate emotionally, to prioritize urgency. Oh, this is urgent. To reward the hero of the day. That interruptions are just part of the job. Mature service desks, mature MSPs operate with intent. They prioritize operational improvements. They prioritize stability. They design their maturity. They reward consistency. We are consistently moving our ticket volume down through the use of SOPs and trend analysis. You reduce variation. They move to that. So you have this chaos whirlwind versus mature, boring, continuously improving environment. We'll flip that around now. So operational maturity is the intentional reduction of chaos. If you have a chaotic moment, how can you intentionally reduce some of that chaos? You can probably find a few. What are the things that are bothering you the most if you're a chaotic MSP? Intentionally remove it. Intentionally reduce it. And I'll just say it. You want to scale, you'll be in your system. You're the system. The chaos doesn't scale. Scalability requires operational stability. Absolutely. Otherwise, you'll grow as big as you are, big as you're willing to handle, big as you're willing to exhaust yourself. And that's where the access standard helps out. We all do the same work. We use the same tools. It's the same processes. We're talking about the same things. We're talking about escalations. We're talking about resolution time. We're talking about urgency and priority. We're all talking about delivery stability and creating a consistent service for your customers. We're talking about how we control, how we operate, accountability and cadence, giving your leadership team a number that they're accountable towards, that they strive towards. Just that simple component right there will drive forward so many improvements. The delegation of your leadership team. Define where you want to be involved in escalations. If there's an escalation that you don't feel like you should have, let's create the process, create the documentation for it. Right? It's helping that leadership team step up. And that's where JC Access helps out. In a similar way that you work with your customers when you first meet them and you do that initial assessment, right? You understand where they are. You understand where you need them to be, right? We have a gap here, and you create the plan to get that gap. How do I get them there? What's the plan? What's the cost? So JC Access takes a look at your current operations. Where do you have? What do you have? What data are you tracking? What systems do you have in place? Where do you want to be? Create the plan for it, and then help you execute on it. It's not rocket science. We're all doing the same thing. Just knowledge is there. And the goal, let's remove urgency. Let's remove and reduce chaos. Remove heroics as much as possible. Let's start to wrap it up here. Going back to the beginning. MSP, you normalize the chaos in the early days because you experienced it during your growth to get there, and you think that's just how things continue forward. But there's a point at which it's not. And if you're hearing this and you're considering when it's not, it's probably time. Probably time to take some steps towards operational maturity. Otherwise, what? Burnout, inconsistency, leadership, exhaustion, customer and churn and instability, obviously scaling limitations. Operational maturity begins when the organization intentionally reduces unnecessary friction. Reduce the friction and understand chaos is not scalability. Stability is scalability. All right, guys. Take care. Go get them.